Hi guys, thank you for joining me with ArtSphere today. We are going to be doing a super fun STEAM experiment based on clouds, and we're going to learn a little bit about how clouds are formed and how it'll begin to rain. So for this experiment, what you need is one jar. I have a really big jar, but you can use like a small glass or a vase. It just has to be clear, and I filled it 2/3 of the way with water. You need shaving cream, and the shaving cream is going to be your cloud for today, which we'll make later on. And then I have 1 cup to mix my food coloring to make my rain. So I also have some blue food coloring, and then just a spoon to mix it. So before I begin, I'm going to go over some cloud basics. We have 4 main types of clouds, and the first one is the stratus clouds. So these are the ones that are these cover the entire sky. So if it's super cloudy out and you can't see any blue sky or any sun, this is most likely what is going to be covering the sky, is stratus. And they look kind of like this. They're just across, they're flat. And this usually means it's going to either rain or it's going to snow. And the next one we have is going to be the cumulonimbus. And these, or just the cumulus actually, these are the big fluffy white ones, and it usually means it's going to be good weather unless they turn into dark, even bigger clouds. And this forms cumulonimbus clouds, which will mean that it's going to storm. And then the third one we have are the cirrus clouds. And these are the thin wispy ones that are way high in the sky. If you look at them, it'll usually tell you which way the wind is blowing because they're just very wispy. And they blow with whatever. So there's our 3 kinds of clouds, and our cumulonimbus, which forms our cumulus, which forms into our cumulonimbus. So for our project today, we are going to be making a cumulus cloud. So I'm going to take my jar of water, and I'm going to pour it a little bit in here so I can make my rain. And it's still pretty full because we want it over halfway full. And then I'm going to put a couple drops of food coloring in here, and you can use as many colors as you want. For this, I'm just going to use blue for our example, but you can do multiple colors. You can mix them all together and have all sorts of like rainbow colored rain. So for our experiment, this jar is going to represent our atmosphere and the air we breathe. So the water is actually going to be the air for this. And then our shaving cream, like I said, is going to be our cloud. So I'm going to take it and I want to spray our cloud, and it poofs up like this. So I'm just going to make sure it's a little bit over the top and it's okay. We just want to make sure the bottom is covered with our cloud. So rain actually forms when water on the ground evaporates, and evaporation is when water is a liquid and it turns to gas. So when it's a gas, it's much lighter, and so it rises because it's warm. It's rising from the ground, and when it rises to the sky, it cools down, and that's what forms a cloud. So a cloud is basically ice droplet or ice crystals and water droplets coming together and forming in the sky. And clouds can actually hold up to 1,000,000 pounds of water before it begins to rain. So this is our cloud. It might not weigh 1,000,000 pounds yet. So we're going to add it's collecting more air. So I'm going to add, or it's collecting more water. So I'm going to add water to my cloud. And as my water begins to come into my cloud, the shaving cream is having a harder time holding all this water, so eventually it's going to start raining because it can't hold a lot of water because it's already so full. So this is what happens when it begins to rain in the sky. When the clouds start getting dark, when our cumulus clouds begin darkening, that means they're filling up with water and it almost can't hold anymore. So as you can see, it's starting to darken and it's going to start falling down. It's turning back into a liquid as it falls from the sky. And so now our rain is starting to come down from our cloud. You can continue doing this. You could alternate colors so you can see the different kinds. But this is just a really quick example of how it begins to rain in our sky. So now our cumulus cloud has turned into a cumulonimbus cloud. It's a thunderstorm cloud because it's getting really dark here, which is how we would see it happening if it was going to rain where we were. It would get really dark. It would so it's dark here, it's lighter up here, and then eventually all the water will begin to rain down. So there we have it for our jar. As you can see, it's kind of starting to rain. It's getting dark. And you can continue to add water. That's why you make sure it's 3/4 of the way full so it doesn't overflow. And you just keep adding water to get as much rain as you want. And eventually the shaving cream is going to start to decrease and lessen because all the water is coming down to the bottom and it's settling. And then the cloud eventually will disappear. So this is a really fun and easy experiment you can do. Just to learn about how clouds work, how evaporation forms clouds, and then how it will precipitate, which is the rain or snow, and that's when water returns back to a liquid and falls to the ground. So if you just want to remember our 3 clouds we started out with, we have our cirrus, our cumulus, and our stratus clouds here at the bottom, and then our cumulus that turns into our cumulonimbus cloud, which we have here. So that is all for this experiment. I hope you guys enjoyed it and will try it out. If you do, we would love for you to email your project to us at info@artsphere.org, or if you hashtag us and post your thing at #LoveArtsphereInc. We would love to just share it with other people and just see how you guys are doing with this. So thank you for joining me again. I hope you guys have an awesome day.